Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to our Week 8 team building video for the UBL, the Ultimate Battle League. This week we're up against Serene Grace, coach of the Chicago Shaymin-Sky. Link to her channel will be in the description down below. Hoping that we can kind of keep, get some momentum. I've been saying it every time I do one of these videos. I'm just going to stop saying it, I'm just going to do it. Let's just start rocking and rolling. We're heading towards the back end of the season. Let's start picking up W's. Come on, size. Anyways, but Serene Grace has got a pretty interesting team, and you'll be able to see her team up above me now. She is rocking out a Mew, Arcanine, Mega Glalie, Scizor, Porygon 2, Drapion, Noivern, Hitmontop, Gardevoir, Raichu, and Seismitoad. Now you kind of look at the team, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I should be winning this matchup. It's not the most scariest thing in the world, I don't think, when I look at the squad. I think what's evident for me, right, is that when I look at this team is that she hasn't got any real wall breaking potential. Like you could argue like Mega Gladie's is powerful, but like I don't think that's enough to break through my team. And then I look down the rest of the squad and I just don't see it. I just do not see where she can come in and break my wall, if you get me. And I think because of that, I'm a lot more confident going in this week into thinking that we should be able to pick up a W. Now I'm going to get into my team. You can probably see for the first 6 on the top of the screen that there's a notable absentee. I'm going to get into that as I go along through. But our front, anyways, we have Lola and Mega Lopunny, who is a staple on our squad. Not bringing Lopunny is, it's criminal if you ask me. Rocking out with High Jump Kick, Return, Ice Punch, and Power Punch as her moveset this week. High Jump Kick, Return, as we know, are just the best stabs, so we're rocking out with that. Ice Punch for the Noivern. I could have gone with something else, but I figured Ice Punch was the best. Unfortunately, we don't get Fire Punch for the Scizor, but that's it is what it is. And then we have Power Punch so that we can maybe pick up a +1 attack boost on a switch. So that's very, very nice. Outside of potential Choice Scarf Gardevoir and the Mew, I'm not overly worried about facing off against this team. The Arcanine can kind of come in the whole time and intimidate me and all that kind of good stuff, and it could be Rocky Helmet, but I would feel like there's only so many times you can bring in Arcanine, like, if you get me, because it's going to have to be intimidate plus fairly physical bulky if it wants to kind of 1v1 my Lopunny and all that kind of fun stuff. And I think we should have enough to be able to deal with it. Drapion is another option, but again, it takes High Jump Kicks neutrally, so that's not great. But yeah, I kind of feel like Mega Lopunny could do it a lot of work, but it's very similar to all previous weeks that we've had. It's just matter to get damage off and then go from there. EV wise, we are running 160 speed with Giant Nature, so we outspeed Noivern. Noivern is the fastest Pokemon on our team. After we got 252 in attack, 90 HP, and 6 in Spadef. 252 attack, as always, this is to get as much as we can. 90 in HP, and then we put the 6 in Spadef so that we would have an odd number of HP for when we want to come in on hazards, and that doesn't do as much to us. Boom! There we go. Mega Lopunny, easy. I just looked at the team and I was like, Mega Lopunny does a lot here, so I'm just going to do it. Particularly against the Mega Glalie and Porygon 2, I was like, we have to bring it. Now, Hitmontop is another Pokemon that might come in on the Mega Lopunny. She has options. She has ways she can come in on Mega Lopunny, but I don't feel like she has enough, if you understand me. She's not going to bring 3, and all that kind of good stuff. And the Pokemon, and I've other Pokemon in the squad that kind of beat a few of these 1v1. But moving on next, and I'm bringing Charcoal, Torkoal, rocking out Lava Plume, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, and Earth Power. 252 HP, 52 in defense, 100 in special attack, 104 in Spadef, Bold Nature, Honed Leftovers, Drought Ability. You'll probably look at this and saying, oh, this is bonkers, but there's method to the madness. 252 HP, so we can get as much bulk as we can with our HP. 52 in defense, so that we can live some hits off. So it's kind of just to ensure that we don't get 4-hit KO'd by the Arcanine or stuff like that. And the 52 defense as well with the Bone Nature means that a Choice Banded superpower from Scizor does not 2-hit KOs, which is very, very nice. So like obviously, when he goes superpower, it loses an attack stat, but you kind of don't want to be risking that roll or whatever. Like, I kind of want to make sure, like, it's like No, sorry. I don't want to be risking crits and whatnot, you know, because that could suck. So I want to guarantee that that's not 2 KO. So we've done that with the defense EVs there. I put the 100 special attack so we can just so we do a little bit more damage output on, say, like the Porygon 2 and whatnot. And then and on the Drapion. The Earth Power for the Drapion specifically because I'm not rocking out a Rhyperior this week to counter it, and ground type moves are the only weakness that Drapion has. So I want the Earth Power because we would be able to sponge any hit that the Drapion would have, and we can just smack it. And then I have 104 in Speed F so that we can live, so that we live a few hits, say from a Mew, because I'm predicting Mew to have Dazzling Gleam. For the like to be specially offensive, I should say, because I have Dazzling Gleam and Psychic for Lola and Wicked. Well, that's what I think, anyways. And I feel like we can be able to live a few of those hits from the Mew. We can live and we can live hits from, say, the Gardevoir very, very nicely too. And that was kind of another thing. I wanted a bit more special book so we can come in on Gardevoir and start smacking that. Seismic Toe is obviously a little bit of an issue because we're not rocking out with the Solar Beam and whatnot. But if she brings Toad, I would be surprised. But I do have some coverage for it later on. But this is Torkoal. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It just comes in, eats some hits, and is our hazard support this week with Stealth Rocks and Rapid Spin. I should kind of click there so you can kind of see my mouse. But yeah, is our hazard support so you guys can kind of see what's going on there. After I'm bringing Kalos, Toxapex with Scald, Toxic Spikes, Knockoff, and Haze, holding the Black Sludge, Regenerate ability. Very similar to last week with the mixed defenses, 252 HP, 156 in defense with the Bull Nature, 100 in Speed Def. This thing is just going to come in and wall. We have Haze to stop setup, Knockoff to just to stop to knock off Choice Scarfs and Evolites, say from the Porygon 2 and the Gardevoir, which could be a problem, and as well from the Mew. Now I forgot to mention that Mew is Serene's Grace's the captain. Apologies for that. But outside of Mew, I'm not overly worried. Like, obviously Gardevoir can hit us very hard, but Mew could be offensive and run a Z Psychic or a Z Psyshock or something like that, and that is going to sting no matter what. But outside of that, we have enough special defense bulk that we can actually do a good bit of damage to. I do anticipate Mew to be able to be defensive, but have enough investment that it could smack Toxapex on a switch, or be able to pick it off if it's at 75% HP. That's what I'm thinking. But with this bit of special bulk, that won't be the case. We should be able to eat hits off the Arcanine with this setup, unless Arcanine has Earthquake. But even then, we do eat that. Scizor doesn't touch us, so this is kind of another answer to Scizor. Drapion doesn't touch us. It might have EQ, but without being stabbed, it does very little. Noivern can do a bit of damage if it's got the Draco Meteor, but if it doesn't have Draco Meteor, it's not doing too much. Now Hurricane is still an issue as well, but the Draco's kind of the thing I'm really afraid of there. Hitmontop doesn't touch us. Raichu actually does a bit of work, but we got that covered. And as I said, I don't anticipate Toad, but if Toad does come in, it does a bit of work. Toad does actually do work against my team on Charcoal and Cows, but I have other Pokemon that I brought to kind of deal with that. Next up, we are bringing Charmed Misprit, holding the Choice Scarf, rocking out with Psychic, Ice Beam, U-Turn, and Shadow Ball. 252 speed, 252 special attack 4 252 special attack 4 in attack, Naive Nature, rocking out with Psychic, Ice Beam, U-Turn, and Shadow Ball. I wanted some switch initiative this week. I feel like it'd be very important. I also want to bring offensive Misprit this week because I feel like it can do a bit of work for us. Just looking at through his team, you see the Psychic can smack the Hitmontop, which is kind of really why I wanted to bring offensive Misprit, is so as to hit Hitmontop. Ice Beam wrecks the Noivern, which is brilliant. U-turn, then I can U-turn on the Mew and all that kind of good stuff and get some initiative rocking out. I have the Shadow Ball for the Mew as well. Yeah, I can pretty much U-turn on everything, which would be the idea, and we'll get momentum in the game, because with Charcoal and Toxapex we are going to be very slow, and that would give Serene a lot of momentum. But when we kind of come in and pivot around, but when we have Charmed, then we can start pivoting a little bit, and that's not too bad. from there. So yeah, we're rocking out this moveset. And the reason why I'm bringing max speed is so we can speed tie with Choice Scarf Gardevoir. So that's the reason why we're doing that. Other than that, we're kind of good to go. We are more special offensive, so that's the reason why I'm gone for this special attack investment, and for an attack just so U-turn can smack a little bit. I'm running naive instead of say hasty or something like that, because I would like to be able to take bullet punches and other kind of priority moves from like another bullet punches from the Scizor and physical moves from the Hitmontop. That's the kind of thing. So when the Hitmontop comes in, I'm not too afraid of it. All right, but if I have that defense reducing nature, it becomes a little bit more scary. So that's the kind of idea behind that. Next up, I'm bringing Fabled are Wailords, 252 HP, 100 in special attack, 156 in Spadef, calm nature, Rockne, Moonblast, Wish, Aromatherapy, and Energy Ball. Left holding the leftovers. Energy Ball for the Seismitoad, so we do have an answer to it. Now, we got to be careful when we do go up against Seismitoad with Wailords, because Seismitoad gets access to Sludge Wave and Poison Jab, so we can't exactly just say, oh, we're going to stay in here and click Energy Ball. Well, hey, we do have to kind of scout, see what kind of Seismitoad it is, and when we kind of know we can play around it. But it is an option. We do have some coverage there for that. Moonblast for the Noivern. Unfortunately, we don't hit Drapion too hard with it, but we hit it hard enough. And that's the reason why I have the 100 in special attack, so that we can kind of hit things, and instead of it being a 3 KO, it's 2 KO, or vice versa, rather being 4 KO, 3 KO, and we put more pressure on from there. Looking at the rest of his team, we kind of, that's kind of the idea. We're like, when offensively, that's what we're kind of trying to hit there with that. We have Wish Aromatherapy because, you know, it'd be nice to get some clerical action going on, especially with the Torkoal. Because that has worked well for us in the past. And last but not least, the investment. I have 156 in Spadef because that's all I kind of really need if I want to deal with, say, a Choice Specs Noivern or with Raichu or Porygon 2 with some nasty plot shenanigans. If I want to come in and just hit them, if I want to come in and take a hit and Wish Pass or whatever, I can with that investment. I didn't need any more. Didn't need to go over the top. That was just enough for us to not be like 2-8 KO'd at the very minimum. So that was kind of good for us. I have 100 in special attack then, just as I said. So rolls were nicer and kinder in our favor. But that's the idea of Wailords. And it's kind of really here to deal with Noivern, because I do predict Noivern to come in and be choiced and wreck a little bit of havoc. Now maybe not bring, it might not bring Noivern, but I wouldn't be surprised. And we also deal with, say, a special orientated Glalie. So if Mega Glalie does come in and specially orientated, now obviously Glalie can be mixed, so we've got to be careful with that, but it's another answer that can kind of come in on Glalie. Kalos can kind of come in on Glalie and deal with Glalie very nicely, but it's always nice to have a couple of options that can deal with the Glalie. Charcoal in particular could deal well with it too, but Glalie is a bit scary, but I think we have enough to play around it. And I believe that's it. We kind of covered the special offensive Pokemon with Wailords and being able to smack them pretty hard. Porygon 2 it's going to be problematic no matter what until we get rid of the Evolite, but when Porygon 2's Evolite is gone for, like, say, on Kalos, then we're perfect. We're good. Last place, I'm bringing Wicked, our Spiritomb. Now, it was kind of a little bit of a tricky scenario I was put in with the last slot on this team. I was definitely thinking that we could bring Bulu, but for me, I didn't think Bulu was a good matchup this week. I just looked at the team and I saw that it has Arcanine, Scizor, Drapion, and Noivern, which kind of can come in on Wood Hammers and such. Now Noivern obviously not, but Noivern can come in an Air Slash or Hurricane or something, and that would wreck Bulu. Arcanine, if it's a bulky Arcanine, can come in on Bulu every day of the week, no problem whatsoever, because they get the Intimidate drop and what have you. Scizor hits up for days as well, and Porygon 2 can be very, very bulky. So I kind of figured that, you know, some of the Pokemon that she's more likely to bring, and sorry, Mega Glalie on top of that, can come in and Revenge Kill, and that would give her a huge amount of momentum. So I kind of felt on top of that maybe this isn't the match for Bulu this week, which is unfortunate. The God of War is sitting on the bench, but maybe he deserves it. So I kind of felt like, well, what else do I kind of would like from this team? I figured maybe some more special bulk perhaps, so we can kind of come in on some different stuff, like maybe the like a little. I know it's hard to say why do we need more bulk. Your team's very bulky, Irish, but figured a little bit more bulk. And then on top of that, I realised that she has a Mew, and Mew is horrendously difficult to deal with in draft format because it does everything. Now, obviously, that has team building challenges because it can do so much, but it always makes it for a fun time. But I figured since she has Mew, and it's a very strong chance that she's going to bring a physically defensive Mew, or as I said earlier, a defensive Mew with some investment to smack my Toxapex with, that I would probably be better off and bring Spiritomb and start being able to kind of threaten that in and smack it a little bit and all that kind of good stuff. So that's the idea behind Spiritomb, is so that we can trap the Mew, and if the Mew gets trapped, then we can kind of bring this in and allow it to kind of scout out what other Pokemon Serene Grace has. But the main idea is to get rid of Mew so Mega Lopunny has an easier time of it later on. Moveset wise, we are rocking out Pursuit, Will-O-Wisp, Dark Pulse, and Psychic. Pursuit, as you kind of guys know by now, just traps the Mew, hurts it, nice. Will-O-Wisp, so we can get burns off, say, like the Scizor, who is immune to our Toxic Spikes, which will be going up. And if I can get a burn on the Scizor, then that thing is not a threat anymore, doesn't matter. Now, obviously, Arcanine could have Flash Fire, but I'd be very surprised if it did. If it had Flash Fire, I'd be shocked, because that means it's not Intimidate, and then that means Mega Lopunny has a better time against it. So I would be anticipating an Intimidate Arcanine if Arcanine comes. And we can also get like Will-O-Wisp off, say, a Mega Glalie, if it's physically oriented, that comes in on us thinking that we don't have it, and I just go Will-O-Wisp, boom, you're nerfed, and Floor just deals with it perfectly. That kind of thing, you know, it's just another option for us to be able to burn some other Pokemon. Scizor is the main Pokemon I have in mind for that. Dark Pulse then, so that we can hit the Mew harder, because as I said, anticipating physically defensive. So if that's the case, then I want to hit on the special side, so I'll bring Dark Pulse for that. And then I'm packing Psychic to be able to hit the Hitmontop, just so we have another option of Hitmontop. I really anticipate Hitmontop coming in and being the counter to my Mega Lopunny. It's another counter to it, so we have Psychic then to deal with that. EV wise, we have 252 HP, so we get as much bulk as we can. 100 special attack, so our Dark Pulse hits the Mew harder. I think this allows Dark Pulse to be a 2-hit KO on a 0 Spit F investment Mew. I'm pretty sure. Maybe full HP, 0 full HP, like max investment HP, but no Spit F investment. And then 152 in Spit F with the sassy nature, so that Mew's Dazzling Gleam doesn't hurt us as much, so we can kind of sponge that. It's I think it's a 3-hit KO, so that's not too bad, because our Dark Pulse is going to smack that Mew a bit harder. And then if that's the case, you know, Serene will realize, wait a minute, I'm nothing for the Spiritomb, I'm in trouble. And she always, comes into mind games then, because she's had to see me click Dark Pulse. She knows I'm probably going to click Dark Pulse again, but I can go for Pursuit, smack it even harder, and then all of a sudden, if hazards are up, Mew is gone. But yeah, that is the team, you guys. Hoping that we get the W this week, and you know, pick up just keep the get some form going for the end of the season. So yeah, I am going to wrap up here today. Bit nervous. I do think we can win this battle, but I'm a bit nervous because I'm having this battle on St. Patrick's week, and it's probably like the worst time. It's the worst time for me to battle, but it's the best time if you're my opponent to battle me, because my head is in a totally different place. But yeah, I am going to wrap it up here today, you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you guys got any comments on today's team or video, whether it be good, bad, or different, let me know in the comment section down below, including your thoughts on the team, what you think we could have done differently, and of course, what would you have done, and all that kind of fun stuff, and your predictions of how the match is going to go. And last but not least, if you want to see more Wexford Wailords action coming your way on this channel, or more content in general, please smash that subscribe button down below for me. And don't forget to check out Serene Grace's channel. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.